Hello, welcome to my channel. The world of the Dune is the story of a world that is told 10,000 years before our world. A world where the insane competition of a human to obtain a precious substance called spice is still observed. Spice's value in the galaxy is due to its use in transportation, trade, and medicinal properties, and it's produced only in the climatic condition of a planet Arrakis. So, due to the extravagance of a galactic family, this planet and its people, Fremen, have become the object of a political games, suppression and control through the promotion of a superstition. Frank Herbert, having a deep knowledge of the natural climate, especially the desert, as well as combining it with the savior myth of the Middle Eastern religions with a powerful pen, the dangers of a political games, the use of ignorance tools to suppress peoples and results of the spread of ideology. The characters in the story of the Dune behave in a mythological way to introduce their identity. During the events, when the characters become new identities, the clothes also change their character and meaning along with them, and align the audience in dealing with and understanding the events. Lady Jessica, in her first appearance as the wife of Duke Leto in a red velvet dress with a draped collar that represents the element of seduction, appears it is also a symbol of an experienced mother when dealing with the Paul Atreides by showing her motherly side in a long dark green velvet dress with a delicate pattern. Lady Jessica wears a dark black veil in front of the Bene Gesserit sisters, which shows her respect for them and the religious character of this sect. Also, at the beginning of entering the desert planet of Arrakis as the ruler's wife, she used a golden satin shirt along with the precious jewelry to show her class superiority, which was inspired by Giotto's painting of the Holy Virgin, marriage of a Holy Mariam with Joseph. In general, the costume design team has used the aesthetic principles of fashion in the medieval era to combine a familiar at the same time strange feeling. In a way that Lady Jessica's cover, including gold jewelry and chains, was inspired by chains such as Byzantine ornaments, knight's armor, Crispin headband, and also a high-heeled wooden shoes of a Spanish aristocratic woman in the 15th century. At the beginning of the film, Paul Atreides is depicted with a simple shirt with straight cuts and a linen fabric, which is a symbol of his innocence and immaturity of the beginning of this journey. In the continuation of the journey and the sudden occurrences, on the upper part of Paul's clothes, a design of a rumpus-like motif has been designed, which expresses his doubts and mental and internal conflicts regarding his destiny and when Paul accepts his destiny and tries to survive, we see him wearing a formal clothes. In some parts of the film, Paul is depicted wearing the official uniform of the Atreides military force, green like his father, which reminds him of his crown. The Fremen are initially introduced as a stubborn, mysterious people with a strange culture. A culture that includes the use of spices, belief in religions and superstitions, wearing and carrying strange clothes and tools, having completely blue eyes, or tamed a dangerous animal force called Shai-Hulud, giant sandworm. Finally, when we meet these humans and get to know the harsh living condition on the planet Arrakis from the point of view of the Fremen, in general, their type of performance seems reasonable in our opinion. By placing the camera in the daily life of the Fremen, the director puts the audience in the place of a Fremen and connects with the principles of a life on the Arrakis planet. In the next stages of the story's antagonistic characters, the Harkonnens family, by wearing shiny black silk clothes with the primitive motifs, displays a greedy owl. It is here that the costume designers, inspired by the features of the Lich in Baron Harkonnen's characterizations, have deeply symbolized the austere nature in this character through makeup, figure, and clothes. Also, the use of large mechanical devices used to move Baron's fat body evokes the feelings and silhouettes of a cruel and huge animal. In addition to that, Peter de Vries, the Baron's assistant, is reminiscent of an ant who serves him like a loyal servant by using using a full leather suit and a straight silhouette without flexing and combining it with the ice makeup. On the other hand, the Fermens were shown in the film in a shorter period of time, and this short time they were depicted in special clothes for living in the desert conditions. One of the interesting points of the movie in the closeness of the appearance and the performance of the clothes to the description of the book, which in this case shows the genius of the precision of Denis Villeneuve and the costume design team to portray the human beings in the Dune world as realistically as possible. According to the skin veins embedded throughout the clothes, the Fermen's clothes take the sweat of the human body and take it to the reservoir behind the clothes and turn it into drinkable water based on a process. The pipes and water flowing in the clothes take the heat of the body and make the condition bearable for staying in the desert environment. Also, devices and parts of the clothes are installed to protect sensitive areas of the body such as eyes, wrists, etc., which we'll discuss in the detail in the next video. Duke Leto is seen in several aspects in this film. At first, with a green military uniform representing the Atreides family, which reminds of his ruling position. In her fatherly position towards Paul, he appears with a black waterproof overcoat, which is designed according to the climate of the planet Caledon, rainy weather, and the attention of the design team in pay attention to details, i.e. matching the clothes and the environment of the story as much as possible. In the sequence of the sacrifice of Duke Leto, he is depicted completely naked and crucified like the Holy Christ, which shows his innocence and sacrifice following the conspiracies of the enemies. At the beginning of the film, people are introduced as the messengers of the Emperor, whose clothing is inspired by the clothes of the angel from Giotto's painting of the Ascension of Christ in the Arena Church in Padua. Even the clothes of other imperial couriers and Sardaukar army were inspired by the top of the pops of Catholic Church. Armor clothes like medieval knights and the concept of astronaut clothing was used for the masks of these people. The dress of a woman of Bene Gesserit sect, Mother Helen Muhayyem, with a long dress made of velvet with a large pattern, similar to the dress of a Christian nuns, and a pineta shawl and a mantilla scarf with the strings of jewels, is a sign of Spanish culture, especially in the ceremonies used religiously. Also, the character processing of this character was inspired by the Black Widow spider, and in the design of the lace mask with the black jewels, the appearance of the woven webs of the spider was used. In general, the clothes depicted together evoke the mythological concepts of the spiritual mother. Denis Villeneuve, this Canadian director, established his name among movie lovers, especially science fiction genre, by making conceptual and successful films. This time showed his genius by making the film Dune. Among his most famous films are Blade Runner 2024 and Arrival and Prisoners. Jacqueline West, the costume designer of this film, was previously responsible for the design of films such as The Social Network, Curious Case of the Benjamin Button, and was nominated for the Oscar of the Best Costume Design for the film Revenant. Bob Morgan is another successful costume designer of this film as a costume designer in science fiction films such as Maleficent, Batman vs Superman, and Inception. In the formation of the story of the Dune, the cover acts as a tool to introduce the nature of the characters and the designers, inspired by appropriate sources such as nature, animal, and abstract concepts, and combining them with the clothes try to convey the concepts better. Therefore, the costume designers have made important choices with a deep understanding of the art of clothing design, historical periods, and artistic styles. So in this film, while having a strange appearance, it reminds the concepts of a pattern and generally creates a unique identity. Thank you for watching. What do you think about this movie? If you like it, please like, comment, and follow. And look at the costume analysis of the second movie of the Dune. Which movie would you like me to analyze? Leave me a comment.